Welcome to my Fhab Live channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Ty Brown. It's lovely to meet you, and I would love if you would consider subscribing and joining our little family. Today's video is a little tutorial on how I create my everyday curls. It's super simple. I'm a no fuss, no faff kind of girl, so you know that this is going to be an easy to follow tutorial. Before we get started, I'm going to talk you through the tools that you'll need. The main thing, of course, you're going to need is some kind of curling wand. I will link a couple in the description box, including mine if I can find it. This was actually a gift from my husband. It comes with different barrels of different sizes that you can interchange. It's really good, gets hot super quickly. The other important thing, of course, is some sort of heat protectant. So I'm going to be using the olive oil heat protectant serum. It's an oldie but a goodie. All the other bits are pretty optional, but I'll talk you through what I'll be using today. Firstly, you're going to need a hairbrush, but after brushing my hair, I like to follow that through with a comb. Optional is some sort of hair wax to tame your flyaways. I like the Care styling wax. I'm not really big on edges and baby hairs, but I do like to tame my edges a little bit. I'm going to be using the Cream of Nature with argan oil and just the little brush. You might also need some sort of hair moisturizer. I do normally use the olive oil moisturizing hair lotion, which looks like this. I'm sure everyone knows this. I'm almost out of this. I recently started using the VO5 Frizz Free. So I've already mixed the two and just placed it on the tips, mostly on the shaft and the tips of the hair. I've let that really sink into the hair and infuse into the hair before I then go in with my heat protector. I do want to start with fairly straight hair. Brush my hair straight, and then I follow it with my heated brush, but it's got the heated plate, so it is straightening the hair out at the same time. Section your hair out into two and just bring it all to the front like I've done. So this half of the hair will probably have maybe 6 pieces that I'm going to put through the wand, and this another 6 pieces, and each one you're only holding for 5, maybe 10 seconds, so it really isn't going to take too long. I'll just brush everything out one more time, and then I do like to follow that with a comb. Brilliant, not a strand on that comb, that's what I like to see. I like to start from the back and then work my way forwards. I'm going to take this piece from the back. So the key thing is we're going to be holding the wand behind our hair, not in front of the hair like this, but we actually want it behind. I like to angle my wand downwards, so I'm going to bring it this way so you can see. So the wand is behind the hair. I try not to come too high up on the root. I'm going to come down a little bit and start to twist. And I'm going to hold it for, let's say, 10 seconds. And then I just gently take the wand off. Hold it if you can, just for a few seconds before you let it drop while it's cooling, and that's going to help your curls stay a little bit longer. Okay, just going to push that to the back and we'll crack on. By the way, I have got a heat resistant pad down here that I'm placing the wand on, so do be careful where you put these because they are quite hot. So next section. Now we really want those beachy wavy looks, so one of the key things I do, one of my tips would be not to have your hair fully flat out like that and then curl, but to actually pinch the hair together, and when you're wrapping it round, you're almost winding the hair round. Can you see how I'm winding the hair? Perhaps not quite so tight, but that's the gist, the vibe that you want, is hair that's being wound round. So when I start here, I'm going to start to wind it around. Hold for about 10 seconds. Let's just push that to the back and take another section, brush it out. I told you it was nice and easy. So fun fact, I did this sewing myself not that long ago because obviously we're in lockdown, so I've got nowhere to go to get it done. And it was my first time, I think in about 5 years, of doing my own weave or sewing. It took me so long, I'm not gonna lie, because I am a bit of a perfectionist and I was trying to get it perfect in terms of the braid pattern and the sewing pattern. As some of you will know if you've been watching me for a while, or certainly watching me from the start of my videos, I do run a hair extensions company. but I am no hairdresser. I say that all the time. I am definitely not a hairdresser. I just know good hair. But back in the day, I used to do my own weaves before I really started getting into wigs and frontals, which is kind of what I do now mostly. Perhaps I'll do a separate video on my hair extensions company. Let me know down in the comments if you want a dedicated video about different hair extensions. Yeah, so back in the day I used to do my own weaves, and then I really got into closures first and then frontals, and then I started making wigs. So I do handmade wigs, machine made wigs. The Fhab Luxe Hair is a company that's all about inclusivity for women. So I sell bundles and closures and wigs for women of all colours and all races, and that's something that I really pride myself on. I'm going to start the same on the other side now. So when it comes to bundles and weaves and wigs and hair extensions, you can find them in Peruvian hair, Brazilian hair, kinky hair, whether it's kinky curly or kinky straight. But I also provide hair for my Caucasian sisters. And really I got into that because I had lots of friends who also wanted hair extensions. So I actually do Eurasian hair, I do Russian hair in the form of eye-tips, nanobonds and tape extensions. I'll leave links down below of my hair Instagram as well as email address if you want to contact me or have a look. Now back here I'm doing exactly the same. The wand is still behind the hair, and so we're still wrapping it away from the face. I might just speed this bit up because it's exactly the same. Also, I'm sorry if the lighting is not so great. I do generally tend to prefer filming with natural lighting, and today the sun has decided to not come out. So that's the last curl done. I'll just bring it forward so you see what it's like at the moment, and then just add a little bit more sheen to the hair, but not too much because you don't want to weigh it down. I like to add some sort of oil. Generally speaking, I do like the ORS exotic scalp oil. I have to say I use this mostly on my scalp. I like the nozzle, so I use that for dry scalp or my parting and so on. For the hair itself, I recently discovered this chia seed oil, which is volume and shine anti-gravity oil for fine hair. So I'm going to run the brush lightly through, not so much that you end up losing all your curls, because we want to have some curls, and then I follow through with my fingers. So that's it all brushed up. I'm going to add the oil first. So I'll go for the chia seed oil, and not very much, just for the ends. Again, giving it that sheen, and we'll just place a little bit on my leave out. You want to lock in some of those curls with some hairspray. My two go-tos tend to be the ORS Olive Oil Nourishing Sheen Spray. The second option is the Care Oil Sheen. This one is with humidity block, and I'll go for the Care Oil Sheen. Right, so that's it for today's video on how I created these curls. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.